I'm Aparna Bhatt, faculty member at TAPME. It's my proud privilege as an MC to take you through the induction program. We've gathered here today to welcome the students of batch 2023 to 25 into the portals of TAPME. We have with us, as our chief guest for the day, Mr. Kurian, Chief Executive Officer, TATA Pension Management Limited, and guest of honor, Ms. Shweta Paliwal, AVP at JP Morgan Chase and Company and product owner. Presiding the function today, we have with us Professor Madhuvira Raghavan, Pro VC MLHS and Mahe Bangalore. Along with our director in charge, Professor Durga Prasad, we also have with us the faculty and staff of TAPME, senior student volunteers, and of course, the parents and the 529 students of the batch 2023 to 25. A very warm welcome to all of you. To begin with, may I request our director in charge, Professor Durga Prasad, to escort the dignitaries to light the lamp and mark the commencement of this momentous ceremony. Thank you, ma'am and sirs. Before we proceed further, we now seek the blessings of the Almighty. May I request all to please be seated during the invocation.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Bhadram Karane Bhishnudhujama Devaha Bhadram Pashye Bhakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtovagum Sastanobhihi Vyashema Devahitai Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti nah Posha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarkshyo Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brahaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Om Namaste Ghanapataye Tvameva Pratyaksham Tattvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Dhartasi Tvameva Kevalam Hartasi Tvameva Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmasi Tvam Sakshadatmasi Nityam Ritam Bhatsmi Satyam Bhatsmi Havatvam Mam Avabhaktaram Avashrotaram Avadhataram Avadhataram Avanuchanam Avashishyam Avapashchattat अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगरितं त्वत्त्वोऽजायते सर्वं जगरितं तत्त्वस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगरितं त्वयिलयमेष्यति सर्वं जगरितं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निनो लभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वमवस्थात्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मौलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ते नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मास्त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वमिन्द्रस्त्वमग्निस्त्वं वायस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवः सुभरो गणादीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादः सन्धानं सगुंहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः ऋचर्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ
गणपतये नमः।
एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तल्लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः। ॐ नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
TAPME is one of the constituent units of Manipal Academy of Higher Education. MAHE, as it is called, is one of India's leading academic and research institution. MAHE anthem presents more about it.
सर्वमेव क्षमस्तु नः सर्वमेव क्षमस्तु नः इयं या परमेष्ठिनी वाग्देवी ब्रह्म संशिता ययैव ससृजे घोरं तयैव शान्तिरस्तु नः तयैव शान्तिरस्तु नः इदं यत् परमेष्ठिनं मनो वा ब्रह्म संशितं येनैव ससृजे घोरं तेनैव शान्तिरस्तु नः तेनैव शान्तिरस्तु नः इमानि यानि पञ्चेन्द्रियाणि मनःषष्ठानि मे हृदि ब्रह्मणा संशितानि यैरेव ससृजे घोरं तैरेव शान्तिरस्तु नः तैरेव शान्तिरस्तु नः पृथिवी शान्तिः अन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः द्यौ शान्तिः आपः शान्तिः औषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिः विश्वे मे देवा शान्तिः सर्वे मे देवा शान्तिः 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 शान्तिभिः ताभिः शान्तिभिः सर्वशान्तिभिः क्षमयामोऽहं यदिह घोरं यदिह क्रूरं यदिह पापं तच्छान्तं तच्छिवं सर्वमेव क्षमस्तु नः सर्वमेव क्षमस्तु नः
Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, we pay tribute to the remarkable legacy of our founder, Tonse Anantpai, a true visionary and recipient of the prestigious Padma Bhushan Award. With deep admiration, we honor his unswerving vision, unparalleled passion, and unwavering determination. In this occasion, we take a moment to reflect on the tireless efforts and steadfast perseverance of our founder, which laid the foundation of an institution that embodies his fervent ideals. Today, we proudly stand on the strong pillars of his vision, Tap Me, a dream realized for every student who enters its doors. Let's delve deeper into the remarkable life of Tonse Anantpai, a towering figure who left an indelible mark on the educational landscape. His enduring legacy continues to inspire and uplift countless individuals. Let's now see a glimpse of his life.
Welcome to TAPI Management Institute, located in the student city of Manipal, Karnataka. Here at the institute, fondly known as TAPME, we take pride at the academic rigor and business knowledge imparted to our students through experiential and relevant learning. We are sure you, the students, are excited about the next 2 years and all that the institute has to offer to you. From the case-based learnings, simulation games, competitions, and many other engagements beyond the four walls of the classroom. We at TAPME seek to promote and raise the standard of management education and to create responsible business leaders of tomorrow. But where did it all start? Who nurtured and created this vision for the institute? Dr. T.M.A. Pai and TAPME's founder, Shri T.A. Pai, built the city and the institute to what it is today with the vision of creating leaders who not only achieve great things but also resolve to make a difference in society. Dr. Tonse Madhava Anantpai was one of the architects of modern Karnataka. He was an individual who was affiliated with numerous walks of life such as banking, insurance, business, education and healthcare. He was keen on serving the people, keen on transforming and empowering lives through the most basic aspects of social uplifting. He was revolutionary for bringing into the rural tract of Manipal various amenities such as an educational complex, an ultra-modern hospital, small industries, and outstanding banking establishments. In 1925, along with his brother, he set up Syndicate Bank following the motto, "No man is too small for our bank." He struggled for the underprivileged and found avenues to bring changes to their situations. He started a Hindu orphanage during the freedom struggle to house orphan children due to the ongoing nationwide scenario. Dr. T.M.A. Pai established the Kasturba Medical College in 1953 to help provide equal opportunity for all to study medicine. The Manipal Institute of Technology in 1957 was established with a similar agenda and was the first of many more of the same kind. Dr. T.M.A. Pai was passionate about his work and aimed to make a change in the lives of many, something he viewed to be the fulfillment of the vision of the Almighty. He was constantly thinking out of the box and ahead of his time. Dr. T.M.A. Pai believed that a common person has a lot of common sense, and it is transforming this into productive work that helps build society and assists humankind, which is visible in his efforts to transform the barren land of Manupala into the exciting Manipal University Township that it is today. He has set the path of social responsibility on which we are continuing our journey. Sri Tonse Anantpai was the nephew of Dr. T.M.A. Pai and was just as revolutionary and thoughtful as his uncle. One to carry on his legacy, Mr. T.A. Pai was a thinker with a unique personality. Mr. T.A. Pai began his career as a deputy manager in Syndicate Bank, rising to the position of general manager and then managing director by 1962. Under his stewardship, the bank was credited with several achievements. He was appointed as the first chairman of the Food Corporation of India and later appointed as the chairman of the Life Insurance Corporation of India, where he used his unique ideas to develop social infrastructure for the people. As an active political worker, Mr. T.A. Pai was a member of several state and central committees. He was involved in leading projects in diverse sectors such as electricity, education, agriculture, and bank management. In 1972, he was appointed as the Minister of Railways. His innovative and exemplary work helped the industry by leaps and bounds. He was awarded the Padma Bhushan in the same year in appreciation for his outstanding performance. Under his leadership as the head of the Ministry of Heavy Industries, 15 public sector enterprises did very well, practically doubling the previous year's output. As the Minister of Industry and Civil Supplies, he was instrumental in revising the industrial licensing policy and encouraging investment in socially desirable sectors of industry. He founded the Manipal Institute of Management in 1980, which was later renamed as TAPME. Mr. T.A. Pai's foresight and enlightened leadership paved the way for unprecedented progress in various industries. He used his vast knowledge to change the Indian economic situation in a positive manner. For him, the people he was solving issues for were not anonymous entities but in fact very real people with complex problems and lives. He had a humanistic outlook and viewed every situation as an opportunity to create value for others. Dr. T.M.A. Pai and Sri T.A. Pai were involved in various fields such as infrastructure, finance, agriculture, insurance, culture, education and health, all of these which have been united by management. This same unified concept has been carried through the years to build T.A. Pai Management Institute into what it is today. TAPME is accredited with AMBA and is one of the only 7 schools in India with AACSB accreditations. These distinguished recognitions are a testament to the vision of our founder and bear witness to the quality of business knowledge provided at the institute. As we progress into 2022, the centenary marker for Sri T.A. Pai's birth anniversary, we welcome you to the Center of Great Learning, where his ideals and values are imparted in everyday learning. With our mission to excel in postgraduate management education, research and practice, we lay the groundwork for the holistic development of our students by nurturing and developing industry-relevant skills and fostering continuous learning. Once again, we welcome you to this student-centric institution, where we seek to enable the business leaders of tomorrow.
We have with us our esteemed director in charge, a figure of quiet resolve and unwavering determination. With a calm demeanor that belies immense strength, Professor Durga Prasad, the director in charge, embodies the essence of leadership. I now request him to deliver the welcome address.
Namaste and warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Kurian, CEO, TATA Pensions Limited, and guest of honor, Ms. Shweta Paliwal, Assistant Vice President, JP Morgan Chase, Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan, Pro Vice Chancellor, MLHS, and Pro Vice Chancellor, Mahe Bangalore Campus. I also welcome faculty, staff members, university senior officials, and other invited guests. Most importantly, the parents and students of batch 23-25. I welcome you all to the Top Me Induction 2023, an exciting journey of new beginning and boundless possibilities. May this induction mark the start of a transformative learning experience for each one of you. I request Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan to present a flower bouquet to our chief guest, Mr. Kurian Jose, and guest of honor, Ms. Shweta. Thank you, Professor Madhu. Thank you, Mr. Kurian Jose and Ms. Shweta, for accepting our invitation to attend this event. Thank you so much. So before I start my presentation, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank parents and guardians who have played an integral role in the journey of their children pursuing higher studies. We appreciate the trust you have placed in us as an institution, and we assure you that we will continue to provide the best education opportunities for their growth. Trust us. Okay, right. Yes. So, Top Me. We'll start with this one. I met almost 20% of the parents for the last 2-3 days. Some of them are pronouncing as Tapmi, some of them are saying Tapai, some of them are saying Top Me, etc. But it is Top Me, TAPI Management Institute. So it is important for us to know who is our founder and his brief information. Our founder, Sri Tonse Anantpai, born in 1922, graduated in commerce in 1943, and joined in Syndicate Bank as deputy manager in 1943, and appointed as a chairman Food Corporation in 1965. And the government of India appointed him as a chairman LIC in 1970, and elected to the Rajya Sabha in 1972, appointed as Union Minister in Railways, and conferred the Padma Bhushan by the government of India in 1972. If your time permits, parents, please visit in library a separate place dedicated to our founder. And it is important for us to remember his contributions in this auspicious occasion. Right. Now, the first question that comes to our mind is, why top me? So this question is quite common in your interviews, or maybe your parents may ask, or maybe your colleagues may ask, why top me? I will give you 10 reasons why top me is one of the best school, B school in India. First one is the Boulder. Top me is known for its bold and innovative approach. We were the first B school in India to think of an international accreditation, that is AICSB, where no other school even thought of it. We do not hesitate to take bold steps, may it be related to pedagogy, curriculum, and any other matter, to take top me to the next level. Engagement with the community. We engage with the community through various initiatives aimed at the social responsibility and sustainability development. Of course, Professor Ishwar and his team will speak about more on sustainability in the second half of today's induction program. Student-centric. Top me is student-centric. We always prioritize the needs and growth of our students. Our first preference is students. All our decisions revolve around the welfare and benefit of the students. Inclusivity. We promote inclusivity and equal opportunities for all the students and the faculty. In fact, all the decisions what we take, involvement of the students and involvement of the faculty are very much there. We have various committees, SCC for example, or welfare, or LIME, or faculty council. Any decision we take, we discuss, debate, and then only we take the decision. All faculty and the staff and the students know what we are doing. No secrets at top me. We are so transparent. And then curriculum. Of course, top me curriculum is designed to meet the demands of the industry. Our curriculum is very dynamic, and in each course, what you have seen here, MBA-IB or BKFS or core, all the programs have an advisory board with an industry experts. So every 6 months, every quarter, they meet and they discuss and debate, and then we change the curriculum. So the faculty have a complete freedom to design the curriculum to meet the industry requirements. Now, alumni network. We have a 7,000 plus alumni and counting. And we proud of our alumni, and then we take the support from the alumni, and alumni support us in various activities at the institution, be it curriculum design and programs. Today we have seen 2 proud alumni with us. Normally, all the induction activities, we invite our alumni. Maybe down the line, 10 years, we wanted to 1 of you or 2 of you see in this same place. Global mindset. We prepare the students for the interconnected world. It is important for us to understand the international dynamics. We have initiatives such as international immersion, exchange program with globally reputed universities, and of course, ability to lead entrepreneurship. We have an excellent facility in the university, incubators. Facilities are available for the students if at all they wanted to go for choose to be an entrepreneur. So these are all the reasons we proudly say why top me is at top 10 B schools in India. These are the reasons why we say still parents and students love TAPME. Now, coming to our mission. Our mission is so simple and a two-liner: to excel in postgraduate management education, research, and practice. Of course, we are planning to change this mission because we also started undergraduate programs at MAHE Bangalore, TAPME Bangalore. TAPME Bangalore, we have a BBA program. At TAPME Manipal, we have an MBA programs. Both the institutions are same. So we are just thought of changing this word to excel management, education, research, and practice. The process is underway. Maybe in this year we complete this process. What are our values? The values are very clear. See, these values are very important to understand. Why? Because, for example, if you take, each institute has its own culture and values. Take, for example, TATA. The moment we think about TATA, we say, okay, philanthropy and commitment, and we know what exactly the means of TATA. Similarly, each institute has its own values. TAPME is also similar values, such as excellence, trust, honesty, innovation, commitment, and student-centric. That each faculty, top staff members, and the students follow these values religiously. We can easily say, if at all a student from the TAPME means these qualities are part of their life. TAPME today. Of course, almost all of us are in our campus. It's a 44.11 acre residential green campus. And we have a state-of-the-art educational and residential facilities, ranked among top 10 B schools in India. And we are double crowned AICSB and AMBA accreditations. And of course, this year we are also trying for EQUIS accreditation, that is under process. And one of the best B school in India to receive QS rankings, 42 in NIRF ranking, and we are the PRME champions for the 2023 cycle. You will get more information about what is PRME, etc. Today afternoon session or maybe tomorrow session. Our alumni. The TAPME strength is TAPME alumni. We have around 7,500 plus alumni across the world. Of course, it is your responsibility to make use of this facility. Networking is very important. You may network with our alumni, excellent resources. We have an alumni association, we have an alumni association committee, and then all our alumni is ready to help all our students, faculty, be it curriculum or placement related work or any other activity which is helpful for the institute growth. These are the top companies where our alumni are employed. TATA Capital, Everest Group, or Deutsche Bank, or Deloitte, Kotak, ITC, etc. Our alumni achievements, particularly if you check, there are so many alumni and their achievements, but it is not possible for me to present all the achievements of the alumni. A select few here I am presenting. Shraddhanjali Rao, recognized as one of the top 50 HR thought leaders for the year 2022. Similarly, Chandra Vikram, awarded top 10 CFOs 2022. And Chitra Ramakrishnan, recognized by Her Majesty, the Queen in the Platinum Jubilee Honors List. So Vinod Iswaran, Viraj Pujara, Aditya Mehta, and Anand Supsi, Devrshi, Arpita, all these a few members which are presented here, but so many other alumni members, they have achieved their targets and also received so many honors and accolades. Now, coming to TAPME, what are the opportunities that are available for you in TAPME being a student? We split the opportunities into these 4 categories. One is the core, second one is the area level, and the co-curricular, and the entities. Core in the sense, for example, if you may take any membership in any one of these committees by election, not by the choice. For example, if you take in case of an SEC, Student Executive Council, one of the top body at TAPME, corporate engagement team, they'll work for us and then they will really support us in placement activities. welfare. Without welfare, you may not pass a single day. Their support is very much required. Canteen, food, canteen, hostels management, and etc. Lime, that videos what you have seen today, designed by the Lime team. The presentation what you are seeing today, designed by the Lime team. So similarly, BrandScan, one of the oldest and one of the first initiated from the TopMe side to live projects for companies' point of view. This is now we're coming with a completely new phase this year onwards. Professor Mukta will explain in detail about this one in next 2 days. Atharva, one of the oldest B-School festival, maybe our alumni knows about this one, what exactly the activities that will happen in case of an Atharva. Samnidhi, it is one of the registered mutual fund. Students invest money in this mutual fund, and the committee will have a member, CFOs, CSOs, CXOs, and analysts. They analyze the sectors, they invest the money into the different companies, they present you the reports. It's an excellent opportunity for the students to understand how the financial market works. In fact, they release the every month performance letters. It is fully operated by them, professionals, of course, from the student side. Faculty involvement is zero into this one. So, it is your responsibility to make use of all these facilities. I'm not saying that each one of you take the opportunity, each one of them join in the committees, but you have an opportunity to join. Of course, some of the students may say, no, I have no time, I have to study only. But study, I'm not saying academics are not important. Academics are important. At the same time, all-round development is also important. So what is your focus? Some of you say, I don't have time to do all these things. So what is your focus? Your focus is on activity, or your focus is on productivity? If your focus is on activity, absolutely you will not get any time to do any work. But your focus is on productivity, obviously you will get enough time to do several activities at TopMe. So, our students team present each about all these committees and what exactly the role and responsibilities in the next 1 week time. You may choose any of this committee and join. I encourage you to join so that it is very good for your all over growth. These are the competitions where our students team normally participate and won prizes. Different prizes and different activities all over India. So this is about our competition participations and winning related information. And next important thing is sustainability, SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. So we try to, of course, it is very important for us to follow the sustainability activities or sustainable related any initiatives is very, very important. At TopMe, we follow sustainable initiatives. For example, our students do some kind of a projects to meet the sustainable development goals. We call it as an SDGs. See, you see the number of projects they did for the last 4 years. This year, 52 projects to meet the sustainable goals. And we have one course that is Society, Environment, Values and Attitudes, SEVA. It's an unique course at TopMe. So, what exactly happened in this particular course is students choose the projects to meet the sustainable goals. We received AICTE recognition in 2020 for our work in skill building and market connection for tribal Korga community. This is a Korga community, is a local community here, the tribal community. And I'm proudly say this particular initiative featured in innovations that inspired 2019 by AICSP Global Forum. It's one of the very good initiative, and our faculty and the staff, and of course, it is highly helpful to meet the sustainable goals. Then, the very important thing that you must understand, the professional development program, what it is. I know each one of you are very good in your presentations, very good in GD, or very good in answering the questions, logical thinking, everything is good. But it is also important for you to shape your thought process systematically. For that, what we will do is, we'll organize so many workshops to strengthen the skills in GD and crack the interviews. And a role-based mock GDs, for example, if at all you are in a CEO position, or you are leading one particular activity, how will you respond? That kind of a role-based mock GDs will organize, will train the students, and personal interviews by the domain experts, CV sanitization, professional guidance to build a placement preparation roadmap, and discussion about the career paths. Why we are discussing all these things simply place you. See, our objective is not the placements. Our objective is to create a career growth. If at all you are here only for the placements, TAPME is not the right place. TAPME is known for the academics. TAPME is known for the career building. We build the careers, not the, we are not a placement agency. Then, though, you see this pre-placement offers for the last 5 years. The highest CTC in this year, 25 lakhs. Number of PPOs, you see the steep growth in our PPOs starting from 2018-19, 58 to 22-23, 136 PPOs. PPOs in the sense for the parents' perspective, pre-placement offers. What will happen if the students go to the internship immediately after the third term? And if the work is really exceptional, good, then the companies offer the positions. Normally we call it as a pre-placement offers. These are the PPO recruiters, HDFC, EY, JP Morgan, Salesforce, Tata Capital, so many companies. This is about the CTC. Average CTC this year, it is 14.7 lakhs. Top CTC for 24.8, top 50 CTC 20.9 lakhs, top 100 CTC 18.8, top 200 CTC 16.9 lakhs. So it is your choice where you want to be. You are part of the top 50 or top 100 or top 200. Opportunities are available equally to all the students. It is your work and your commitment, your effort to be any one of these groups. Are you ready? This is, if you see granular level details, the placements of the batch 21-23, the program wise, the average CTC of the PGDM, that is 14.6 lakhs. In fact, PGDM is the last batch. Now you are all into the MBA program. 14.6 lakhs average CTC of the PGDM. HR program 12.8. BKFS, Banking and Financial Services, it is 15.7 lakhs. Marketing 14.8. And overall average CTC 14.7 lakhs. We have a 100% placement since the inception of the institution, I can proudly say. Even in COVID years, there is no partial placements. In fact, in COVID years, we did double placement. Some of the companies are not able to take the students. So again, we run the placements. We are committed. You remember the values, what we said, commitment. Once we commit, we deliver. Sectoral analysis, if you take the 34% from BFSI and IT analytics 33% and consulting 20%. This is how the most of the placement and opportunities. And these corporate partners with us, we use them as a corporate partners. There are so many companies that are really helping us, around 150 plus or 160 plus companies that are supporting us in this activity. Life at TAPME. Now coming to, now academics part is over. Now coming to the other part, that is life at TAPME. Oh, maybe I said some, randomly I had sometimes the students are saying TAPME is academic rigor is very high, very strict. No, we are not strict. We are asking you to follow the systems and rules and procedures, that's all. Those, if at all you are not following the processes, obviously TAPME is strict. But at the same time, life at TAPME is really great, and it's you have next 24 months, precisely 22 months. Anyhow, 2 months you are in the internships. You have an excellent environment at TAPME. Just I will show you one video. You see how the life at TAPME goes.
to something, but then you're up to something scandalous. Taste my bitter heart, know it makes you blush.
Good like soul food. Parked up outside in the old school. The new me back with the OU. The dog always find his way back home, and it's so true. Later home, fall through and pop one. You know the motto, smoke something, drink something, pop one. Got your hand on my...
I think you are supposed to clap. But you see this video, there's a balance between academics and entertainment. You have an opportunity to enjoy, at the same time, don't neglect the academics. Both are very, very important. So the events, as I mentioned, so it taught me we not only focus on academic rigor, but also lay emphasis on holistic development. We encourage you to participate in extracurricular activities, clubs, and community initiatives. These experiences will foster your personal growth, enhance your leadership skills, and instill in you a sense of empathy and social responsibility. So don't think that TAPMI means only academic rigor. The events what we organize, there's so many events. Of course, Professor Muneja and her team explain about the student activities at TAPMI. We have Miraki, one of the excellent event, and Quiz on the Beach. As I mentioned, you remember Bold? This kind of an events we'll organize. It's one of the first quiz in India that we organize at the corporate level and also for the students all over the India. Of course, one time we went overseas also for this kind of a program. And then Atharva, and leadership lectures. Last year, we invited EIM, External Affairs Minister, and of course, Halloween, this is a normal, of course, event. And the festivals, we celebrate Durga Puja, Ganesh Chaturthi, Ramjan, Christmas, Diwali. Of course, Diwali will get a vacation also. So, students celebrate the festivals, events like Quiz on the Beach, Disha, Manthan, it's a finance event, Disha is a placement related event, Miraki, Atharva, B-School Festival. There's so many exciting events are awaiting for you. Let me give you a brief about infrastructure at TAPMI. This is not because for the students here, why? Because you already seen. Some of the parents are seeing live telecast through web, and also some of the parents' perspective, I'm showing these infrastructure facilities. This is your building. These are the hostels. This is your KKPI block. And this is the reception at KKPI block. This is Pro Vice Chancellor's office, and this is Pro Vice Chancellor's boardroom. And this is the director's office at TMFI block. This is the conference room where all the decisions will take place, important decisions. These are all the faculty cabins at KKPI block. And the PGP office, very important office for you. This is one of the largest lab in India, Bloomberg lab. For finance students, it's a dream to enter. And this is your seminar hall with a 200 capacity. All the batch addresses will happen here. These are the classrooms where you are going to sit and learn. And excellent infrastructure at TAPMI to meet the academic requirements. This is your library. I think very less number of students, but I'm encouraging you to sit library and then make use of this facility. The library is open till 2 a.m. in the morning. So this is the founders area in the library. You must visit this one. We have a book collection, online facilities available, offline books, online books. This is your canteen. It's around 1200 capacity at any given point of time, centralized AC. You get an excellent food and 4 vendors are there. This is your computer lab where your quizzes and other things will happen. Your evaluation components, most of the components will happen here. This is the Bloomberg lab. We have 16 Bloomberg terminals and 7 writers terminals. You can make use of this one. By the way, Bloomberg lab is open 24/7. This is the gym. Of course, we have a marina as well. You can take the membership at marina. These are our hostel rooms. And this is about a overall drone view of the institution. This is place where you are staying. Please remember, this is not a resort, this is an academic institution. This is your TMFI block and the drone view of the institution. Here no edits, it is a real picture. I hope you have seen this one. A little bit about, by the time you explore through social media, what are all the opportunities that are available for you in and around Manipal. Manipal is a cosmopolitan city. You can see a clear difference between Manipal and Udupi, just 5 kilometers away from this place. Udupi is a temple town. Of course, Manipal is a cosmopolitan town. And here you can see Kapu Beach, Malpe Beach. Of course, by this time you already explored this one. Delta Beach and St. Mary's Islands. And my suggestion for you is better not to visit beaches, particularly next 2-3 months. Sea is very rough. Without knowing the information about the beaches, better not to go to the beaches. Of course, we have Inox, Bharat Cinemas, and Canara Mall, and some other shops and other things you know well than me. Okay? So, one thing I'll say, students, as you embark on this transformative journey, remember that success is not a destination, but a continuous pursuit. It is not just measured by monetary gains or professional titles, but by the positive impact you create in the lives of others. As future business leaders, you have the power to shape organizations, industries, and societies for the better. With utmost joy and enthusiasm, I extend once again a warm welcome to the incoming batch 23-25. Thank you. One important announcement for the parents. Normally, we interact with the parents and guardians every year on the day of induction. On the day of induction. This initiative started by Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan. And this is helpful for us to understand what exactly, if at all you have any questions, if at all you have any doubts. It is an open forum, but allowed only the parents, no students. Okay? So the venue for this one is the seminar hall at KKPI block, 6 o'clock to 7:30. Please do come. We'll start exactly by 6 o'clock today evening. So Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan and some chairs and co-chairs and program chairs, and also I am also available. You can ask any question if at all something which is bothering you. I am assuring you, reassuring you again, your kids are in safe hands. Good luck, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the guest of honor, alumna from the batch 2010-2012, Ms. Shweta Paliwal, AVP at JP Morgan Chase & Co. and the product owner. Previously, Shweta was working at State Street Corporation in HSBC Software Development, where she was a business analyst in the domain of banking and payments. Her notable contribution was in implementing compliance standards and automation of screening process for HSBC. Prior to this, she was working in ICICI Bank Limited, handling commercial banking and trade finance. a competent professional with almost 11 years experience in BFS and payment domain as business consultant, project manager and product owner, Ms. Shweta Paliwal has accomplished across her career with awards such as ACE Award for Best Performance in ICICI Bank Limited, Annual Star Performer Award in JP Morgan Chase, and 2 Spot Awards and 1 Technology Excellence Award in HSBC. It's a proud privilege to have you with us, Ms. Shweta. May I now request you to deliver the guest of honor speech.
Respected Professor Madhurira Raghavan sir, Professor Durga Prasad, Honorable Chief Guest, the esteemed faculty, staff, the students and parents. It is a wonderful opportunity and I am grateful for having the privilege to address such an august audience here, and thank you everyone for providing me the opportunity. So at the outset, I'd like to start by... Yeah. So I'd like to welcome the batch and would just want to, because I've been here 13 years back and I mean, I was just at the place where you are 13 years back, and I can tell you the last 13 years, what I have gained from TAPME and how I have grown in my career as well as personal space, the professional learnings. I can walk you through those, but the thing that I would like to first point out by starting is that you are actually entering a wonderful phase of your life. The way these 2 years would transform your life, believe me, it would be life-changing. And I can assure you that once you move out of TAPME, these years are going to live with you forever and beyond that. So, I mean, yesterday while I landed in Manipal and I was walking down the lanes of Manipal, I was realizing how the place never basically gets, I mean, you never kind of, you can leave TAPME and you can leave Manipal, but it would never leave you. So these small things, right from roaming around the Tiger Circle to everything else that brings back those nostalgic memories, I can assure you, you will have those things sooner rather than later. So, I mean, I can start off by saying the way that I started off when TAPME, it was exactly 13 years back. I left a job with Accenture. I was contemplating whether how that decision would unroll, how would the next 2 years of my life be, and how would my career shape up after that. It was a tough decision back at that point of time in 2010. We were right out of recession in 2009 and leaving a job from Accenture, taking up this decision. I consulted everyone. I basically took up this call, and I can assure you this has been, right from that point in time, I have never looked behind, and that has been the best decision that I could have ever taken for my professional, for my professional growth. So back in those days, 2010 is when I joined TAPME. From then it was a different kind of a 2-year journey altogether. So while I completed the initial few weeks, I was still settling in, getting to know the campus, getting to know Manipal in and around everything. And in less than even 2 or 3 months' time, we were here with an outbound program, which was basically, again, 5 days of experiential learning, which was out in the jungles of Mandagadde, which was without any mobile network, without anything, having to spend 5 days in the thick of the jungle, having a complete kind of thing where we used to cook together, used to go on trek, everything, right from the day one. So that, those small little things and experiences add up to your overall development in ways beyond you can think. So, I'd say that the learning within campus is one thing, and the learning outside the campus, outside the classes, is in no way lesser than that. And in fact, as Professor Durga Prasad mentioned out the 10 different reasons why you should join TAPME, I am a testimonial for that, and I can vouch for that, that once you join and once you spend 2 years over here, you would resonate with most of those reasons, in fact, everything. Because while you are in the campus, you might not realize certain things, in the sense that there are some things which, you already know. You have done your due diligence, your research before coming in here. You have done everything, you know it in and out. But still, there's some things which you realize as you progress in your career during your 2 years at TAPME. So I'd say like there's something which is the academic rigor, which is basically the USP of TAPME. So I'd say there's a reason for that, that the way the course is being taken up is that once you move out of TAPME and then you realize that the way TAPME prepares you to be in your corporate careers is something which you learn inside the classrooms, outside, and this academic rigor, because once you are out there, once you complete your MBA, you join the corporate world and grow through the corporate ladders as CEOs, CFOs, directors, everything, you will always have those pressure situations wherein you would always get in those key learnings handy, and without even realizing, it comes in so naturally. Whatever you learned through these 2 years would stay forever with you during your professional course, is what I can vouch for. So, as I passed out of TAPME, I joined ICICI Bank in 2012. Started off my career in the payment space as working within the commercial banking domain in Hyderabad. I stayed in Hyderabad for like 8 years, started off in commercial banking, looking after all the corporate customers. And believe me, that itself, the kind of exposure I got in TAPME held me from day one. So, because that kind of a job was pretty demanding, having to deal with all the corporate customers across Hyderabad, you name it, and those customers, demands that they have and the kind of pressure situations that you are supposed to work in. Those 3 years were quite grilling, I would say, but I could sustain it all because I had those learnings from TAPME. So I'd say, having spent those 3 years at ICICI, then I decided to move on, take a different direction. So having been into core corporate banking space, I decided to move into a kind of techno-functional role. So joined HSBC Technologies as a business analyst in payments and global standards. So there again, I had to manage transition of their fraud space, which is basically anti-money laundering, and global standards, which is sanctions, screening. So dealing with 5 different geographies, managing all of their sanctions requirements, as well as anti-money laundering, fraud detection, and other compliance requirements. So having spent again 4 years over there, that also gave me a different kind of flavor as to, because the kind of skills you take away from TAPME are, not just limited to one box, I would say. Those are skills which make you ensure that you are equipped enough to deal with whatever situations you land through. So during those 3-4 years that I was with HSBC, there were quite a lot of organizational changes as well, because that was between 2015 to 16 when the organization itself was taking a conscious leap towards different technologies, changing their technology stack, also changing the way the products used to function, the product rationalization, all of that. So having stayed through that, that again was a different learning experience for me. So I stayed till 2019 with HSBC Bank, then for a brief couple of months stayed with State Street, and then had to relocate to Bangalore. So joined JP Morgan Chase, and now I've been with JP Morgan looking after the transformation vertical. Then into that, all of the collateral commercial banking, the products which they handle are quite diverse, because JP Morgan has a legacy of various platforms, various legacy systems. So I've been looking after all of those systems, migrating those, looking after automation, and to ensure that all the user functions which are being performed are automated. So that has been my journey so far, and the reason I wanted you to, I just wanted to walk you through that is because I have 2 or 3 key takeaways which I would say have helped me throughout since the time I left TAPME and throughout my professional career of 11 years. I'd say 11 years is nothing. You have quite a lot of things to look forward to, but I can say even within those 11 years, I have understood the importance of how the 2 years that you spend here shape up your life, and how you take away these learnings with you, which would stay with you forever. So there are just 2-3 things which I'd like to share with all of you. I'm sure you would have explored, you would have interacted with various forums within campus, outside campus, your, seniors, professors, faculty, everyone. But I'd say as an alum, I can share certain key learnings which I have been through the 2 years of my stay at TAPMI and how they have helped me grow through. So as it is, I would say I'd first like to ensure that your 2 years spent at TAPMI would be the most eventful and rewarding years, despite of being the most demanding years of life. So I can assure you, the 2 years that you spend here, you would be running across with various things. You would have, more than what you can take, but what I'd suggest is just take it one bit at a time, soak in everything, just try to ensure that you gain maximum learning. And as Professor Durga was saying, the important point is to ensure that it's a productive time that you spend here, because I can assure you there are things, more than a number of things which you can get into, which you can learn, and which can be overwhelming at times, but believe me, it is all for the betterment of your career, your personality, and your future years, professional years. So I'd like to say that whatever time you spend at TAPMI, first thing is stay committed to the course. So whatever course you take for yourself, I know you just started off as, MBA graduates, you would have quite a lot of aspirations for yourself. Some of you might have already charted out certain plans for yourself that you would basically acquire a degree in either finance, marketing, and then take up a certain career path. You might have that clarity already, which is good. And some of you might have stepped into the campus having a bit of a fair idea, but not too sure of how you want to shape your career ahead, how do you want to go ahead from here, and that is also absolutely fine, because these 2 years would not even give you an opportunity to learn in terms of your subjects and the other academic things, but would also give you an opportunity to basically discover yourself, to understand your own capabilities, your skill sets, and where you can go forward. So even if you have not sorted it out in your mind right now, it's perfectly fine, because I would just say just stay committed to the course, because once you stay committed to the course, the rest on will follow. So it's basically up to you that how do you stay committed to your course, how do you take the ownership of your career. So that brings me to the second point of it. So now that you are starting off your 2 years journey at TAPMI, it is of prime importance, and it goes without saying, that you would be charting out a career for yourself, and you have to take ownership of it right from day one. By saying that, I mean that no doubt, everyone would have a different career chart ahead of them, right? They would carve out their own positions, but it would be, it's bound to have challenges throughout the career graph, and you would also need to ensure that whatever career path you take, you basically stay put to it, you commit yourself to it, and you take ownership of it. And these things are something which you would learn beyond your classrooms in TAPMI, but this would basically ensure that once you step out of TAPMI, once you get into your corporate careers, you would always have that kind of an ownership attitude or mindset with you, which plays a key role. Forget about your professional career or your commitments as such. In every walk of life, once you start getting that once you start taking that ownership, it pays immensely, and it has far more better outcomes than you can even imagine. So the second point I would like to say is you should always take that ownership. And the third and most important point what I'd like to again stress upon is that while the 2 years that you're spending here at TAPMI, get the most out of it. So as I mentioned, there would be a number of experiences which you'd go through right from your classrooms to your leadership lectures to your other programs as well. So you'd have so much of learning to take in, but even beyond over and above that, you would have the kind of extremely nice networking opportunities that you get. Make the most out of it. Those leadership lectures that are being held, make the most out of it. Every single opportunity that is being provided, just try to make the most out of it, because these are the things, the kind of opportunities which you are getting here. This is basically life-changing in the sense that each day of TAPMI would have something new for you. So you'd be looking for each day to get something in terms of either be it academic rigor, or be it the learnings beyond campus, or even it be the other tie-ups which the institute has, the other kind of programs which you basically would get the opportunity to get into, your internships, everything. So it's more of soaking in the complete experience. even beyond the academic and outside the classes as well. So that is one part, because I mean, it generally so happens that once you get into the institute, once you start off with your journey, once you start off with your classes, at times it so happens that you become a bit bogged down, overwhelmed by the experiences, overwhelmed by everything that is expected out of you. But believe me, it's for a reason, and the more effort you put into it, and when I say the more effort you put into it, it always goes without saying that you should also enjoy everything that you're doing. So that's a holistic learning. So whatever time you spend here would be full of whatever learning experiences, as well as you should enjoy every bit of it, because these 2 years are something which you would remember forever. The kind of learnings and the kind of memories which you take away from here would never leave you. So it's as simple as yesterday while I was packing my stuff, waiting for my flight, I didn't even forget to pack an umbrella. So that's what TAPMI and Manipal does to you. So you remember these small things. So that's how it is. Those 2 years that you live here, you will remember every bit of it, and you'll have a great time here. And to parents, I'd like to say there's a wonderful opportunity that your children are getting, and the way the school would shape them into next 2 years, you would actually get to see the kind of progress they have made, and they would be future ready for whatever challenges come up their way. Because out there, it's a difficult world, but then TAPMI prepares you to get out there, be out there, come out with shining colors, and deliver to whatever you're expected out of it. And once again, feels awesome to address you all. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful words. We have with us Mr. Kurian as our chief guest, who is an alumnus from the batch 98-2000. Kurian is the CEO of TATA Pension Management Limited, which has been set up to manage retirement funds under the new pension scheme. Prior to his role at Tata Pension, Kurian headed the institutional sales team at Tata Asset Management and has an overall work experience of more than 24 years. He has been associated with the Tata Pension and TAM for about 15 years in various roles including pension management, institutional sales, and international business. Prior to his stint at TAM, Kurian spent about 7.5 years with UTI Asset Management in various roles including institutional sales and investment monitoring. Kurian began his career as a management trainee with GEC Alstom, an Anglo-French joint venture. When he left the company after a stint of 2 years, he was heading the fabrication shop at the switchgear division at Kolkata. Kurian holds a B.Tech mechanical degree and has completed his PGDM with specialization in sales and marketing. Sir, it's a great honor to have you with us to address the budding leaders of tomorrow. May I now request you to address the audience.
Hi, good morning. Am I audible? Good morning. It's great to see all of you. When Professor Madhu reached out to me and he told me that I needed to address a batch, the future leaders passing out in 2025, I had too much respect to him to say no. But once I had that commitment and I actually thought back and I realized I have to talk to 500 of you, people who are the Gen Z, if I may call you so. People have a different set of aspirations, different set of look, different take on life. I was starting to wonder whether I had gotten into the right thing or not. But like everything in life, you need to kind of step back, think, and you need to move on. So I tried to put together a few slides which kind of came to me. And these are things that I use daily. These are things that I applied in TAPMI. These are things that I learned at TAPMI. And frankly, congratulations to all of you. I think this is the best decision that you have all taken to join TAPMI. So I think A little bit about me. I know I've already been introduced, but I thought let me just run you through a little bit of how my life journey has been. I started as an engineer. I passed out in 1996. Placements were not a great thing at that particular point of time. Reached out to a company who had advertised in the newspaper, joined them. This is a company, it's called Alstom India now. At that time it was GEC Alstom. Fresh mechanical engineer, joined as a management trainee. I think it was a great management traineeship program of 1 year when we saw each and every manufacturing outfit, service outfit that they had. Spent the second year heading a fabrication shop. I don't know, people who are here from any manufacturing background, try and get working with a person, a blue-collared person is not very easy. Try walking in and saying that you need to get a sheet made or a product prepared, and especially if many of you who are from Kolkata will agree from me, the first word that says, "Aaj ki hobe na," which it generally means not today. So that is the kind of things that it prepares you, life throws at you, saying that you need to be prepared and you can't sit in an air-conditioned room and expect work to get done. You need to be with them, you need to work with them to ensure that the work gets done. After 2 years, I thought it was time to kind of add value to myself, and I came across, I wrote the CAT, I got admission to TAPME, and a lot of people came and asked me, "Oh, you're going to Northeast." So that was, I hope you don't get to hear those things, because everybody thought at that time I was going to Manipur. Most people had not heard of Manipal at that time, but I'm sure that doesn't happen with many of you. But that was the first thing that I had to hear, and I had to explain to everybody Manipal. For me, that's the first time I heard of Manipal also. Spent 2 years in TAPI, got placed out of campus with UTI. It was Unit Trust of India at that particular point of time, which became UTI AMC. I don't think I wanted to join UTI AMC, but at that time, we were the Y2K batch. We just passed out in 2000. 25 years ago, things were different. But I still took it up as a challenge, and I've stayed in the mutual fund investment segment for 23 years. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes life is not planned, but you need to hit out at life, take things as it comes, use what you have learned in college and in life, and make the best of it. After spending about 7.5 years in UTI, I moved to the TATA group. I moved to TATA Asset Management, which is TATA Mutual Fund. Here I moved because I was going to do something different. I was handling investments, I was handling institutional sales. I moved here to take care of knowing what is international business about. So we were managing money for international citizens who are investing into India. So that was a completely new, different thing for me to do. And I thought that would be something new, something that will add value to myself, something I can give back, something I can learn. And then I moved to international business, spent about 5.5 years there, till I had to move back to institutional sales to head the vertical. Institutional sales is a very demanding set of work. You need a completely different perspective. You need a different set of customers, but it's very important. You need to handle it. And then finally, I moved to UTI Pension about a year ago when we entered into the pension management system. This is a pension that is by the government of India, the national pension system. We are a recent fund manager there. My wife Shibani, she is head of research and a fund manager and a proud TAPMian as well. Actually, both of us are from the same batch. My son's just finished school. He just enters college. So how to make the most of TAPME? I think the professors are going to throw me out, and the parents too. I think this is the best 2-year holiday that you're going to ever take. It's a 2-year paid holiday, but holiday from life. So make the best of it. This is a 2-year window that you're going to get to learn, to enjoy, to do a lot of things in a controlled medium, in a medium where it's okay to take risks. I think the first thing you need to do is pick up a sport. It's very important that you pick up a sport. A lot of people say sports are not for me. Doesn't matter which sport. Sports builds up teamwork, it gives you agility, it gives you hand-eye coordination, it helps working along with people, it helps you strategize, it helps you just keep healthy. I mean, I think one of the most important things for everybody, it's not for the cricketing enthusiast or the football enthusiast or the table tennis enthusiast or the chess enthusiast. I think sports is important for everybody. Pick up a sport, play it, Doesn't matter if it's a two-member sport, 15-member sport, 11-member sport, pick up a sport, stay onto it. I think network, nothing like networking. You are a strength, you are a batch of 500, you're going to interact with a batch of 500 who are your seniors, you're going to interact with a batch of 500 and odd who are going to come after you. Can you imagine the power of 1,500 people that you know? How it's going to help you in your life today and how it's going to help you in your life once you pass out? Believe me, the strength that you have of your alumni network, of your friends, of you, is going to really help you navigate through what we call life. It's really going to help you keep networking. Participate. I think it's very important you participate in all events, all festivities. I think I've just seen, and I'm actually wishing I could go back to campus. It's been 25 years ago, we were a much smaller group, we were 97, 98. Our induction 25 years ago, I was sitting where you guys were sitting. And we had it in the old campus. It was a much smaller auditorium. We heard our faculty at that particular point in time and a few seniors. I think you've got a huge opportunity to hear from the faculty. I think the kind of developments which I am seeing are amazing. I wouldn't mind coming back here and being in your shoe. But participate in business competitions. It's extremely important that you participate in business competitions because you know what is required when you pass out. You need to, what all you pick up here is what you use going ahead. Like as Professor Durga Prasad said, we are not a placement agency. We are preparing you for life. We are preparing you for your first job. So participate in business competitions. I think next one is a no-brainer. Read, learn. You have to keep reading, keep adding value to yourself. These days of social media, of the internet, I think it's a no-brainer. This is something you can do sitting wherever you are on a phone. All of you have smartphones, all of you have tablets, all of you have laptops. Keep reading, keep adding value to yourself. Take risks. Don't be afraid to take risks. And don't be afraid to fail. Like I said, this is 2 years where this organization will allow you to take risks in a controlled medium and will allow you to fail. It doesn't matter if you fail in front of your peers. It really doesn't matter if you fail in front of your small group or your larger group or in front of a batch, because then as long as you get up, learn, move on, realize what you made mistake and do not commit that mistake again, I think it's a great opportunity that you get. Take risks, fail, and be happy to fail. Don't be afraid to not do things just because you're going to fail. Sales is for everyone, and this is very important. And I will not just say sales, finance is for everyone. HR is for everyone. A lot of people say that sales are for the marketing guys. Finance is for the finance, the analyst types. IT is for the geeks. It's not. Today in this world, everybody needs to sell. You need to sell yourself. You need to sell your idea. If you're a financial wizard, you have a great idea. If you're not able to communicate it to your team or your client, what's the use of the information that you have? Everybody needs to sell. So it's not just meant for the sales majors. Everybody here needs to sell themselves, sell their ideas, market themselves, make themselves heard, communicate. It could be through plain communication. It could be through a presentation. I think it's very important that everybody knows here how to make a presentation. With or without a structured media, like using a PowerPoint or any of the other things. But it's very important. Very important. Everybody should know how to use Excel. I'm 25 years hence, I'm still using Excel. My team uses Excel or equivalent. Or what I'm sure more and more new devices are coming in. Very important, you need to know. So say sales is important. Build your personality. Again, build up on your strengths. Build on your weaknesses. I have known friends, colleagues who have realized, who have come and said that these are my weak points. These are my strengths. Develop on my strengths, build up my weak points. If communication is a weak point for you, ensure that you're the one presenting and part of your team every time. Doesn't matter if somebody sniggers behind your back, makes jokes at you, but I think by the time you improve, you have to take care of yourself as well. So learn, improve, work on your weaknesses. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. And I'm telling you this, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. You are a bunch of people who will be alpha males, alpha females. Everybody here has got here on his merits. I'm sure everybody will feel, am I fitting in here? Have I done the right choice to come in here? It's okay to feel overwhelmed. But again, once you feel overwhelmed, come back, get into a coping mechanism, talk to your professors, talk to your peers, talk to your faculty, talk to your departments. I'm sure you have people to talk to. Keep talking to people, get over it, and then move on. And here, this is a place you build friends for life. Don't forget, 2 years of rigorous time that you spend here, you build friends for life. There are 2 photographs I put up here. The photograph on the left was our batchmate 2015. There were about 40 of us who came back, and we had a ball of a time. We all promised we were going to come back for 2020, and then COVID happened. But then the alumni network was arranged a virtual placement, a virtual batchmate for us. The photo on the right was 7 of us met up last week. We are all Tapmians, and we keep in touch, and we are a real close bond of friends. So be in touch with each of them. Placements, coming back to placements, as Professor said, is important. Let me just tell you, it's important, but again, this should not be the be-all and end-all. What does a recruiter look for? I think these are all no-brainers. The recruiter expects basic respect that you know about the recruiter. I think your PlaceCom does enough research to get people, get companies to come to campus. Do basic research, understand about the company, be prepared, do your groundwork. These days of social media, you actually get to know enough about the recruiter, individual who comes in as well. Understand his philosophy. Be prepared for the entire thing. It's very important, because what the recruiter looks for is the attitude that you have, the aptitude that you bring to the table. You should have your basics in life, right. You can't be a marketing student, an expert in SEO, and not know anything about it. Please don't faff. That's the worst thing you can do. If you don't know, say, I don't know. You have to be calm. You have to exude confidence. Your body language has to be such that somebody wants to work with you. But just understand, putting yourself in a shoe, if you want somebody to work with you, you need somebody whom you can depend on when something goes wrong, when something needs to be got done. You need somebody whom you can depend on. So you need confidence, you need attitude, a very positive can-do attitude. You need to show that you have learned in TAPME. People have come to TAPME because they know the kind of rigor, the kind of work that is done in TAPME. They have heard good things about TAPME from the alumni, from the institute, from the PlaceCom. But then it's up to you to deliver at that particular point of time. But last but not the least, placements can be quite random. You could be completely prepared, you could be completely set, you could know about the company or about the person in your sleep. But it could be just your off day. Placements are not the be-all and end-all. It's okay if you, on that particular day, you were not well, or on that particular day, you couldn't do the GD well. On that particular day, your discussion didn't go well. On that particular day, something just happened. So like I said, you need to be prepared, but again, this is not the be-all. You don't have to get placed in T-2, T-1, T+1, whatever they have these days. Some of the, I know colleagues of mine, people who passed out with me, who got placed on the last day. They are doing so well. They're doing extremely well for themselves. So do not be upset about getting placed. I'm not saying at all that you should not be prepared. You should be prepared. Get placed as soon as possible. Get that thing off your head. But do not be overwhelmed. Do not be upset for if something happens on that particular day and you are not able to kind of go ahead. So there's both aspects. You get placed and you get your first job. You're a fresh MBA graduate. You have a fancy designation, manager, senior manager, assistant vice president, associate director, whatever. These are the kind of designations you get from institutes like from TAPI. And I'm telling you, I was a manager when I got into UTI, and I found out the hard way. There were people who had spent 15 years in the organization that I joined, who knew much more about the whole thing than I did. But they were designated as assistant managers, deputy managers, assistants, whatever. But believe you me, they knew more about it than I did. What I started off was that I knew a different way of doing the same thing, but they knew how to get the job done. Give respect to gain respect. I think it's extremely important that one respect, and this is a basic philosophy that works for everybody, whether it is in campus, whether it's in college, whether it's in a family relationship, whether it's in a corporate relationship. If you want respect, give respect. You need to give respect to the person who's been there, who spent 10 years, 12 years, 15 years in that organization, who knows how to get the thing done. It's just that you need to add more value because you've come from a esteemed B school who can contribute to how to get it done faster, how to get it done better. Teamwork. Again, no rocket science in this. I think teamwork is extremely important. Like I said, when you take up a sport or when you participate in events, this helps you become teamwork, because nobody wants a kind of a genius or a rocket scientist or a loner who is really good at his work, but he doesn't want to interact with anybody. Teamwork, be a team player, contribute. I think it's extremely important that you contribute to the company from day one. When you join, you need to get to know the people, you need to get to know the culture of the company that you have joined, you need to know what is the ethos, what is the philosophy of the company, how things work. I'm not saying accept it as it is, but first understand before you judge. Understand how things work, understand how things tick, and then use what you have learned in campus, learn what you have learned in life, and try and test it. I'm sure it will work there. Again, if you have given respect, if you have known people, if you have interacted with people, they will accept it that much more better, that much more civilly. Otherwise, they will just treat you as, that B school grad, he thinks he knows everything, he just know it all. What does he know? What we know, what we have learned the hard way. Very important, be dependable. It's extremely important to be dependable, whether in a team or as an individual contributor, because everybody is a cog in the wheel. Everybody is contributing to the end goal, that is the company to do well. You need to be dependable as a team member, you need to be dependable as an associate, you need to be dependable to make sure that everybody is working in the same direction. Ask many questions, ask as many questions, doesn't matter. I'm sure many of you do CP, class participation. It's important that you do that. It's okay to ask stupid questions. I'm telling you again, it's very okay to ask stupid questions. Don't be embarrassed, don't not ask questions. Keep asking questions. Nobody expects you to know everything. Nobody expects you to know everything. There are a lot of things that you bring to the table, there are a lot of things you wouldn't know. Ask questions. Network. Talk to people in different departments. These days, you can no longer be a specialist. If you are in sales, you are dependent on the service team, you are dependent on the fund management team, you are dependent on the finance team, you are dependent on the operations team, you are dependent on the marketing. You need to cross-pollinate your ideas, you need to talk to other departments have better things to do, so it's very important that you talk to each of them, talk to your bosses, talk to your superiors, get their help in guiding you on how to do it, but again, ask questions, doesn't matter how it comes. You'll be dumped with a lot of work. Fresh MBA, fresh meat, give them a lot of work, but I'm telling you, take it. I started my first day in MBA photocopying, filing, punching, taking printouts, signatures. I don't know what all I did, but in that process, I gained the trust of my team. I gained the trust of my superiors. I started being included in the team, saying that, okay, he's also there. You need to contribute, you need to participate. It's okay to do the drudge work. It's okay. It's very important that you start that so that you are all part of a team. Again, to many of you, it may seem like old school, but it worked for me, and I'm sure it still works today. But then to each his own. Timelines, I think, very crucial, and that goes for campus also. Even if it's any assignment has a timeline, deadlines have to be met at all costs. What's worse is, in case a deadline is not going to be met, ensure that your superior knows that it's not going to be met for whatever reasons. It's better not to spring it up on the last day, but much before, so that you have time to course correct. So deadlines are very important. Timelines are very important, but be cognizant that in case for whatever reason it's not going to happen, please give a heads up to your superior so that you can course correct. Lastly, again, it's okay if you don't have a clear vision of what you intend to do. It's okay. A lot of people, let me be upfront and say, most people are winging it when they are in corporate culture. Most people really don't know what they are doing, where they are headed. They've all come from these MBA institutes like TATA, IIMs. A lot of people have reached there and they really don't know what's going to happen. Many of them do, many of them don't. But stay at it, stick to your principles, stick to your philosophies, stick to what you've been taught in campus. You will figure out what needs to be done. It's very important that you know what you want to do, but again, like in all my slides I said, don't be overwhelmed if you think that you're a little lost. Don't be, don't be worried. Again, talk to people. The friends that you're going to build up, the networks that you're going to build up, the faculty that you're going to talk to. I mean, many a times you get stuck, you speak to your faculty to help you out with a particular project. Many a times you have deadlines, you have timelines, you speak to your faculty, how do I help this, who do I talk to? I mean, those are the kind of network and those kind of people that you build up that are really going to help you as you go along. Okay, there's something which is close to my heart. I thought I'll spend a couple of minutes there. It's very important that once you get money and you're living your own life and you start spending your money, you start saving. This is something which they don't teach you in college. This is something which I don't know how much they teach you, but I think personal saving, personal investments is extremely important to everybody. So the day you start earning your money, the day you start saving. The lifelines are getting longer. We are all living 78, 80, 90, 100 years. We may potentially stop working at 60. I know many of you would want to stop working at 40, but once your cash flow, your monthly cash flow stops, you should need to have enough money saved up, have a nest egg, so that that's able to sustain you during the remaining part of your life that you're going to be alive. Okay, this is a little bit of gyan that I need to give you. I think life lessons, get a good mentor. This is easier said than done. Most people have better things to do than be a mentor, but try and get a good mentor. It's very important if you can get a good mentor who can guide you, who can tell you how things are done. If you're not able to get a mentor, get somebody who can guide you. Work on your strengths and make it big. Don't be always afraid of your weaknesses. You need to try and overcome your weaknesses, but I think it's more important to find your strengths and work on it and make it big. The can-do attitude is extremely important. It's very important that you have the can-do. Like I said to Professor Madhu, I will come for the event, and after that I was wondering how do I do it, but then I knew I had to do it and I did it. So it's very important. The can-do attitude is very important. Be a team player. I think you can't overemphasize you need to be a team player. You need to be a leader. You need to manage your team. Over a period of time, you will have a team to manage. You need to manage your team. You need to lead. But remember, everybody can't lead at every point of time. You need to lead when you need to. You need to follow when you need to. If it's like the adage, too many cooks spoil the broth. So there will be times, in instances where you need to lead, you need to take up the initiative. There will be a time to follow and ensure that the work gets done. Don't let money be the only reason you change jobs. The first slide that I used was just to emphasize, move jobs. I'm not saying money is not important. Money is important. Move jobs, at least initially, where you are going to add value to yourself, where you're going to do something different. You're going to learn something from the whole movement. That money will come. I'm telling you, money will come. But I think initial part of your life, initial part of the journey, you should learn. You should add value. You should add more learning. Add different things that which you can pick up and keep developing upon as you go on. Spend time with your family. Very important. I know for many of you, just stepping out from outside the family, trying to get some free time, get some time to you, but it's very important you spend some time with family. Take care of your health, extremely important, and mental wealth. This is extremely important. Mental wealth is extremely important. Many times, and that's why in every slide I emphasize, it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to be dejected. It's okay to be disappointed, but talk to people. These days, mental wealth is becoming bigger. The kind of stress, the kind of pressure that we are all going through, it's important that we speak to people. I understand that there is already forum for such things to happen, but it is extremely important that we do not shy away from speaking to people when you feel overwhelmed or depressed or dejected or anything. It's very important that you speak. I think that's all I had to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experiences and in a way preparing our students for the 2 years ahead. As is customary, our curiosity picks up every year as we eagerly await the arrival of new students at TAPME. The unique blend of young minds from diverse backgrounds adds a special touch to each academic year. We have with us Professor Aniruddha Chatterjee, Chairman Admissions, to draw up the batch profile of 2023.
Thank you, Professor Aparna. Good morning, everyone. The chief guest, the guest of honor, Pro VC sir, and the director in charge, all the faculty and the staff present here, and a very hearty welcome to the parents and the incoming batch of 23-25. So my presentation will have a few parts. I'll start with the story of admissions for 2023. So about 8 to 10 months back, when we started thinking about what kind of batch we want, right? We were looking at students who are bright and the best. And what I mean by the best and the brightest is that it's not only the entrance test marks which matters, but we are looking at candidates who can be a good fit to TAPME, who can be a good fit to management education and to a management career, right? So actually we are looking for 530 odd candidates who can be business leaders tomorrow after a couple of years, right? So with that motive in mind, we started the mission admission, and as you know, we have been going through the process of the JD and PIN. We have been testing you on different parameters, right? Which includes, of course, your academic consistency, your confidence, your communication, leadership skills, adaptation skills, right? And a whole lot of things. So the point that I'm trying to make is that entrance test marks matter, but they are not the complete story, right? Now, as a result of creating that fit, what has happened is that we have got record number of applications, first of all, and we have been able to give more opportunities to more number of candidates. More than 9,500 candidates have been given the opportunity to be interviewed, right? And now you are here, right? Also, this year we have seen, almost zero to very little withdrawal in the last month. And there is one program for which we have actually seen zero withdrawals, right? So these are all some of the records. One thing I want to assure you, we have been promising that we will take 530 candidates, and we are stuck to it. So please stay away from rumors that keep on going in the social media about is TAPME increasing number of seats, what will happen to our placements. Nothing like that is going to happen. We promised 530, we are taking in 530, right? Number of applications against those 530 seats have been 17,300 plus, which means that if you do the maths well, you know that for each seat we have got 33 applications. That's a record as well, right? You can clap. You can clap because now you know the enormous fight that you had to take on, right? Now you know how special you are, and I really congratulate you for making it through to here. I assure you that you have chosen the right brand for yourself. Just shut out the noise, work towards your goals for the next 2 years. You will be in a very good place, right? Okay, so that was the first part. Now I'll try to introduce the batch profile, which basically means that I will talk about how the batch looks like in terms of the age profile, the gender, experience, and so on. TAPME has been valuing diversity, and we honestly believe we promote diversity, and we know that more the diversity, more the learning, more the fun as well, right? Please gear up for meeting people who are very, very different from you, right? Starting with your hostel room partner. Okay, again, an unprecedented figure, 40% females. This has never been achieved in TAPME's past, at least in the recent past. So there's a good amount of gender diversity. To be precise, there are 320 males and 210 females. Right? Diversity in terms of the educational background, 34% of the guys come from engineering, 26% from commerce, 19% from management, some from arts, science, medical sciences, law, and other fields as well. Diversity of work ex. So as you can see here, 43% students are absolute freshers, but the rest 57% do have some work ex, right? Diversity in terms of age, there's of course quite a range, but the average is about 23.37 years. Right? You speak multiple languages, and as you would realize in the festivals that we would be celebrating very soon, that all these cultures and languages come together. 50% of the batch speaks Hindi, but also many of you have Malayalam, Bengali, Marathi, Telugu as your mother tongue. Okay, so I thought, why not the work start today itself? Welcome to TAPME, first quiz today itself. Which states do you think that the most people of your batch come from? One big shout, please. Okay, yes, we do get students from almost all states. This year we have got students from 25 states, and 40% of the students are from Maharashtra plus West Bengal plus UP and Karnataka. So that indicates that we are a very cosmopolitan B school, right? And you also come from 202 cities. Right? Okay, just as we value differences, we know that strength lies in differences, and you will also appreciate that after a few months here, right? But there are certain things where we cannot avoid similarities, right? So here goes the question 2 of the quiz. What is the name most common among girls in the class? Louder, please. Okay. Sure? Can we have the answer now? Okay, stop. Why should girls have all the fun? Let's go to the next question. What is the name most common among boys in the class? Louder, please. Good. It looks like you have known each other very well in the very short time that you have spent with yourself. Okay. I'm still not done. How many Shrutis? So there are 7 Shrutis, okay? And then 6 Muskan, maybe 6 Shreya and on. Okay. Boys also, you were right. We have too many Adityas, and I am sure faculty members will have a lot of hard work to remember all these names. Okay, how many Adityas? Little less? Okay, we have 11 Adityas. So just after this induction program, 11 of the Adityas can get together to make a Aditya 11 versus rest of TAPME cricket team or a football team or something. Right? Okay, the next part of my presentation is, according to the TAPME tradition, I am very happy to hand over the entire batch to the PGP office and the PGP chairperson, right? And just to make sure that you are all paying attention, please raise your hand who read this word as hangover. Okay, no one. Thank you. You missed the special prize. Okay, and before I stop, I need to acknowledge the entire team of people who have been working very hard for the last few months to get this done, starting with Pro VC MLHS Mahe, Professor Madhu V. Raghavan, the director and the director's office, the dean admin, associate dean admin, the admin team, the entire admin team, which includes the people in the estate who give you the hostels and other things, as well as the finance accounts team, the PGP team, the branding chairperson, co-chairpersons who have been working in tandem with the admissions team, the IT team, all the program chairpersons for the 5 programs that we have. I would also like to specially mention the placement incoming chairperson and the outgoing chairperson and the entire team for doing the webinars and communicating with you all the time so that you are assured that you are getting into a good place. Thanks to the GDPI team who worked on finalizing the finer modularities of the GDPI process. And of course, all the TAPME faculty members and staff who have been working for getting the best people here. Thank you so much. Also, it is my very proud privilege to introduce to you the teams who have been actually doing a lot of core jobs in getting the admission done. Team ADCOM, please clap for them. Antara, Gayatri, Soumya, Nivedita, Vartika, Harshal, Sriram, Sandeep, Srijit. These are crazy guys. They have been managing their internships as well as they have been responding to all your queries on Telegram, WhatsApp, social media, hundreds and thousands of queries each day. I don't know how they managed it. I was trying to stop them. Please take a break. They said, no, we will go ahead. And every day they have been responding to your queries and letting us know about what kind of challenges you might be facing, even the smallest and the smallest of questions, and how helping us to how best we can resolve those things. So thank you so much. I know some of you are here. They have been a very big support. And of course, my core team of people, starting with Mr. Naveen Yelamali, Mrs. Jyoti Nayak, they are all here. Mrs. Charlotte Almeida, Mrs. Reena Devdiga, Mr. Srinidhi, Ms. Shweta, Mr. Ashwin. Thank you all. So they have been for the last several months working, on some days working from 6 in the morning to 11 in the night, handling your queries, sometimes hundreds of calls each hour, thousands of calls each day, working through long Excel sheets, trying to figure out who should we have here, right? So thank you once again. Okay, that's it. Again, congratulations. Welcome you to your new home for the next 2 years. All the best. Thank you. Hello?
That's an interesting imagery you have shown, Professor Aniruddha. I'm sure the professors are waiting eagerly to meet the students. In today's times, marked by heightened stress and challenges, the significance of mental well-being alongside physical health cannot be overstated. Regrettably, there still exists hesitancy in openly discussing matters related to mental health. Nevertheless, at TAPME, we firmly believe in the holistic development of our students. We unequivocally reject any stigma associated with this sensitive issue and have established a robust support system dedicated to the well-being of our students. Today, we are privileged to have Ms. Sukanya Chaudhary, clinical psychologist in the Student Support Center, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Mahe. Sukanya holds an MPhil in clinical psychology from the University of Calcutta. She completed her master's in psychology from the same institute. During her training, she spent a considerable amount of time dealing with difficulties faced by children and young adults. Ms. Sukanya is here to shed light on the comprehensive student counseling facilities available at our institution. They will provide valuable insights and guidance, ensuring that our students receive the necessary support to nurture their mental and emotional health.
the next slide. This is for next and this is better.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So I'm here to give you a brief introduction on what the Student Support Center at MAHE is and what we do over there. So, all right. So the Student Support Center is a psychotherapy clinic that caters exclusively to the students of Manipal Academy of Higher Education. And just to go into, a very brief presentation on what we do over there and what psychotherapy is, it is a collaborative process between an individual that is intended to help people to find relief from emotional distress, seek solutions to problems in their lives, and modify ways of thinking and acting that are preventing them from working productively and enjoying personal relationships. So, like all the eminent speakers before me have already mentioned the importance of mental health and mental well-being, especially in today's times. We at Student Support Center believe that how important professional help is. And a lot of times it becomes very difficult to, make people around us, especially our parents or our family, our friends, understand what we are going through. So a lot of times we need help, and that help comes in the form of psychotherapy, where we are, as therapists and clinical psychologists, we are able to understand and able to provide you the necessary help that is needed. So mental health versus mental illness. So there is a misconception between what mental health is and what mental illness is. So I'm just going to give a very brief, I'm just going to cover that briefly. Mental health is our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It is our general state of mind. Now, for all of us, mental health plays a very important role in maintaining our overall health. And all of, for students, for working professionals, mental health is very important because it leads to the general sense of well-being, okay? It includes proper eating habits, proper sleep, proper communication, proper social interaction, and all of it. Mental illness, on the other hand, refers to diagnosable conditions that disrupt our general state of mind and affect how we think, feel, and communicate. So mental health can get impacted for a variety of reasons. Academic stress, work stress, difficult family environment, relationship problems. But when we tend to not talk about it, or we tend to just suppress our worries or put it aside, this in the long term can turn into diagnosable mental illness like anxiety or depression. So, we say it, and we say it very often these days, please reach out, please seek help, please talk to people around you. So, and you might be wondering that how is psychotherapy in any manner different from talking to a friend or family member? It's good if you reach out to a friend or family member. It's very important, and I think it's amazing if you do that, and I think it's amazing if our families, our friends are supportive and perceptive enough to understand what we are going through. But as therapists, we go through years of training, and we focus solely on the client's needs. And it's a formal commitment. We are committed to listen to you, committed to give you an objective understanding of what your mental health problems are. And also, a lot of times it might happen that, your family or your friends, they might support you, they might, give you the support, the understanding that you need, but they might not be able to give you the solution, and you might feel that, or they might not be in the headspace to listen to you at that point of time, and you might feel that, okay, I'm not being heard. So it's always better to speak to a professional, to a therapist who has the required clinical training to help you deal with your problems. Okay. So what is the Student Support Center? The Student Support Center is modeled along the lines of counseling, therapy, and wellness centers at the best universities of the world. And over there, you will receive, if you, reach out to us, you will receive therapy sessions with a qualified clinician or clinical psychologist. And I can understand that a lot of times when clients come to us, the first thing they ask us that, how confidential is this? And if, my secrets are safe with you, and, or, the next thing I know that maybe our professors will get to know about it, or someone will get to know about it. So please be rest assured that whatever you tell us there, it's completely confidential, okay? That is one of the main ethics of psychotherapy. It operates as an independent unit, and it is located in a quiet residential area that ensures privacy and accessibility. As therapists, we have often heard a lot of students and others also coming to us and saying that, we don't like going to hospitals because we don't like the environment. It's distressing. And we completely understand that. We completely understand how important the sense of privacy, the sense of, a quiet space is. And that is what we try to provide you at the Student Support Center. So if you want, you can make a note of this in case any of you do want to reach out to us in the future. So that is the phone number. This is the email ID. So you can just, give us a call or drop a mail with your details, your college, and your names. And this is where we are located, right opposite the new International Hostel. And we will get back to you, and we'll schedule an appointment with a therapist according to your preferred time and date. Along with, apart from one-to-one, that is talk therapy that we provide at the center, we also sometimes conduct Blue Hour sessions. It happens monthly, where any one therapist from the center, we conduct these sessions on topics related to mental health. It can be things like general well-being, self-care, mindfulness, gratitude, anything like that. What is, the basics of psychotherapy. And if you keep an eye on your mail ID, and you might, you will definitely receive emails from time to time informing you about the topic and the date and the time when the Blue Hour session will be held. And we get a lot of students who register because it's an interactive session, and they love being a part of it. So we look forward to having a lot of you there as well. Along with that, once a year, we do conduct certificate course on peer psychological wellness. That is, we teach you the basics of what mental health first aid is, what, general mental well-being is, and how you can help your friends. We do understand that, mental health is such a broad spectrum, it's such a broad topic that not everyone will understand the nuances of it. But a lot of times we do see our friends and family suffer, and we don't know what to do. So this certificate course does ensure that, we are able to give you that knowledge that if you see someone around you suffering, if you see someone around you, not being able to reach out for help, what can you do as a friend, as a peer, to provide that help to them? Yeah, so that's about it. This is our Instagram page. Please do follow us there if you want to, and this is our website. And, if you just Google Student Support Center, you will get all our details there. So, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Sukanya. That was very helpful. May I request Professor Durga Prasad to present the memento to Ms. Sukanya as a token of our gratitude. Thank you, ma'am and sir. As we commence the induction program generally, we eagerly anticipate the words of wisdom that will be imparted by this inspiring individual whose resolute voice carries the power to motivate and guide the new students. And then we have with us Dr. Madhuvira Raghavan, who is going to give his address, and you know what is going to come in front of you. Over to you, sir.
Sir, you were using collar mic or what?
Good afternoon. It's good, still better, it could be better. Okay, so this is my first actual talk as the PBC. Normally I would give the director's address at the beginning, but this is fine. This is actually quite interesting as well. So I reached out to Kurian through Shibani. Networking is very important. Shibani is also a good friend of mine, and Shibani and I serve on the Alumni board. So you know how to get to Kurian. Then I thought the best way is to call Shivani first, ask her to put over to Kurian, then I'll ring him up. Okay, and that's exactly what I did. Anyway, Kurian, Shweta, thank you very, very much for the wonderful talk that you both gave. Before I begin, I want to convey the greetings and congratulations from the chairman, Dr. Ranjan Pai, the pro-chancellor, Professor H.S. Balal. I spoke to the BC this morning at around 8:30, Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Registrar Girdhar Kini, and my other PVC colleagues at the university and other senior officials convey their very best greetings and congratulations to all of you. And I also want to convey my congratulations to all of you for, well, being picked out of 17,810 applications. That is no small feat. So very big round of applause to you. Okay. So most of you do not know me, and what I normally, well, you don't know how I give my address. I always break into two parts. Today, I'm drawing upon from Charles Dickens, one of my favorite authors, and I thought what I will do is set the context for you, and then I'm going to take you through a very short presentation, linking my written speech with what I want to show you there. That's not what I want you to see right now. I'll keep it like that, okay? So, here we go. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. Anybody who has read Charles Dickens would know where I'm referring to. If Charles Dickens wrote at the beginning of his A Tale of Two Cities, which was set in London and Paris, describes your state of mind, you're in the right place and at the right time. How? If you, by you I mean the students, if you're anxious and there is a sense of exhilaration, you're at the right place. If your new environs, which is Tapi Manipal, raining heavily one day, a little bit of sunshine in the morning, excite you, there's a pain of separation from your parents, from your boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever that is, depresses you, you are at the right place. If you think, and I'm going to disagree with Durga Prasad, if you think you've entered a 5-star resort, and Tapni is a 5-star resort, but would, and I agree with Kurian to some extent, but would have rather preferred a home, you're at the rightest place you can be. This is your home away from home. For me, when I was doing a speech 2 days ago, these lines could have actually been a better starting for Dickens's another masterpiece, Great Expectations. It actually fits in well, but actually this isn't a tale of two cities. So what I thought I would do, I'll set you my expectations, and I want to know your expectations. Indeed, I speak of the great expectations, and all present in this hall would have from one another. Your parents, some of them we're going to meet this evening, have tremendous expectations of you. I don't know if it's good or not, but they certainly do have. On your part, you have great expectations of TAPME, right? You will get a great 2-year MBA degree and so on and so forth. On our part, as faculty, we have great expectations of you. And Amrith already showed you, you can do a quiz day -0 also. He just started the admissions and he's done a quiz already, right? We have great expectations of you. But does it complete the circle? And I don't think it does. And why doesn't it complete the circle? Here is why it doesn't complete the circle. You see, I think your success at TAPME is going to make you a great economic citizen. You're going to have great package, you're going to run businesses, you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're going to be like Kurian, you're going to be like many other alums who are here, you're going to do all of that stuff, okay? And you're going to have great income. We already showed you the CTC. That is what I call the outer of the two cities. So London and Paris, outer of the two cities, okay? More importantly, my focus today with you is on the inner of the two cities. That's why it's a tale of two cities, right? So, getting to answering questions such as, what is my attitude? Kurian listed some excellent yarn, and I think you were more concentrating on the main bath, which is that placement. But if you had looked at Kurian's points, he had attitude and aptitude, right? What is my attitude, right? Do I enjoy my work? Do I enjoy my workplace? Do I rejoice in the fact that I have to work a little harder? Have great opportunities. Do I enjoy those? Do I rejoice those opportunities? Have I endured the law of diminishing returns does not apply to joy of work? You know, people think about money as the only factor that drives. And I absolutely agree with him, 1,000,000 times agree with him, that salary cannot be the only thing that should drive you to get your first job. There is much more than that. And now I'm incredibly happy with my job, right? And it's not about money, it's about many, many other facets that you will realize very soon. So placement is not about salary. And Kurian did put a last point, which I think Gurudat would have had his heart in his mouth, that when you tank, don't let the place come know. Anyway, so as your Pro-Vice Chancellor, I'm also TAPME faculty and I'll be teaching you corporate finance. I will have these expectations from you. I'll be coming back to teach. I'm not a director now, but I'm still a faculty. Therefore, many of you, when you do FMT1, which is a compulsory course, as much as you want to avoid me, some 2 sections will not be able to avoid me. And by the way, there are 12 Adityas, not 11. The 12th one is coming tomorrow from Bangalore, and he's my colleague. Okay, so I don't know if you will ever get that corner office. I hope you do. If you get a chauffeur-driven car, I'm sure you will do. The 90-day or 120-day all expense paid vacation, perhaps you will. Unicorn status, you may. $1 million package, perhaps you will. ESOPs, yeah. Okay, now, but I really wish all of you get there. But is that what I want you to do? Maybe. But what if you don't? What if you don't? So the expectation is that the TAPME training, you can see 2 examples here, out of the 7,500, the TAPME training is going to ensure that you follow the rules of your inner city. Remember the outer city? We spoke about outer city. I want to talk about the inner city. That is, you have the capacity to work harder. You have this capacity to enjoy, share your joy among the greater numbers that you're dealing with, right? And build your capacities and capabilities. The tale of two cities, in my word, is actually one of great abundance, but also of unshakable balance. Now, on how this is going to happen to you in your life, I'm going to take you through a very, very short presentation. And I want you to do well and be very, very happy in your lives. So the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you something interesting. And I hope you enjoy that. And that is the link to my Charles Dickens' Tale of Two Cities and Great Expectations. Okay, so here we go. I've called this, Let's Redefine the World. And why I say this, let's redefine the world, I'm going to give you a few points and just a few little slides, not many to go. See, the world of business is changing and changing dramatically. If businesses are changing, business schools should also change. And if we don't change, we are just going to be redundant. We live in a very clear, interconnected world, right? Many things that we're going to teach you, the curriculum of B schools around the world, right from the INSEADs, the Harvards, the MIT, the Dartmouth, the Tuck School, all these schools, the Columbia, Chicago, all these schools, SIDE, Cambridge, everyone has redefined and changed the curriculum to make the curriculum absolutely cutting edge. So what have we done? So I've titled this as Redefine the World. I'm going to take you through to MBA or not to MBA. It's a little late to ask because you've already joined the MBA program, but I'm hoping that if you didn't know the answer why you did it, perhaps these 2 slides will help you why you did it. To future ready your career. Well, perhaps I should have asked you in the interviews, but maybe we did. To explore new industries and functions. To accelerate your career path. To expand and diversify networks. Some things that Kurian said, probably I will have them in slightly different ways, but you will see them here. The wrong reasons. But you should not be here. You can't withdraw now, but you shouldn't have been here. You're looking for a magical pill. Your parents have paid for it. I think in many cases parents have paid for it. I don't know what else to do. I'm getting really bored. Perhaps I do an MBA. Maybe I get a Lamborghini or Maserati, Aston Martin. Maybe I should do something like that. Maybe you're bored. No? They are the wrong reasons. Okay. Now, I want to talk about future of jobs. You guys are here for a very specific reason. I don't know what that is. You're not going to become what we are doing, which is professors. You're all going to go to the industry. And we want to show you how the future of jobs is going to look like. Here are the top 10 skills of 2025. And this is from the WAF. And you see what they say. Guys, if we don't do in the curriculum and you don't learn these things, we are done and dusted. Analytical thinking and innovation. And this is why the B school curriculum is going through a seismic shift and a phenomenal change. Okay? Active learning and learning strategies. Complex problem solving. If you remember Korean slide, he spoke about what does a recruiter look at, right? Many of these things the recruiters are going to look at. The attitude, the aptitude, the skills, the confidence, the communication, all of it, right? Critical thinking and analysis. Creativity, originality and initiative. Can you take initiatives? Do you have the creativity? Can you run with stuff? Leadership and social influence, right? Are you a leadership material, right? Technology use, monitoring and control, right? Design and programming. Resilience, stress balance. We spoke about mental well-being and we had a very good session just now about, this mental well-being stuff. Resilience. Can you handle stress? The corporate world is full of stress. It's not that the academic world is not, but certainly where you want to go, that's heavy-duty stress, right? Reasoning, problem solving and ideation. These are the skills in 2025, and this is likely to change a little bit, but understand that the corporates of tomorrow are already saying that what you guys did 2-3 years ago, we don't even care. This is bound to change, and you're supposed to be ahead of the curve. What are the leadership qualities necessary? And many of you are going to be leaders, are going to be entering a world where you're going to be heading organizations. Adaptability. We see sometimes parents come and say, this room is L-shaped, it's very, very small, there are only 2 beds here, how do we live in this hostel? I met many parents, I met some 20 lady students also. One of them was Shruti and Stuti. I met both of them. So, yeah, I agree, but that's adaptability. Tomorrow if you go to HUL and you're going to sell soaps, they're going to give you a bucket and a mug, and you're going to stay in a village and you won't even have a washroom. That's how it's going to be. So adaptability is extremely important. Curiosity, we spoke about questioning, ask as many questions as possible. Creativity, comfort with ambiguity. Your world is ambiguous. No one is going to tell you everything clearly. Nothing's going to be laid out. You have to be comfortable. You cannot say, but I want these precise questions and precise answers. It won't work. So learn to deal with these things. If you cannot, if these are 4 and there's more, in business world, nothing is easy. There's nothing straightforward. That's why we prepare you, right? So, what should you learn in a B school? This is a very interesting slide, and I like this because it talks about technical skills. Of course, you should get them. Leadership and management skills, yeah, sure. Entrepreneurial skills, do we do them? Maybe we should, and maybe we aren't doing enough. Strategic thinking skills. These are not just some words I've put them here and there, but this is exactly what you should leave with when you finish a business school. Empathy and global perspective. Extremely important to be empathetic. Leadership today is all about communication. It's all about empathy. And I'm not sure many will disagree with me when I say that. Integrated problem solving. You cannot be somebody who sort of puts things in isolation. You've got to be able to bring it all together. Integrated problem solving skills. That's important. TAPME graduate, we also have something called an attribute. Okay, a little different, but you can have a look. And we did this almost 6 years ago when I first took over as director in 2017. But it's still not, it was relevant then and it is relevant today. You know, if I can borrow something from Seinfeld, it was valuable then, relevant today and relevant then. So global citizenship and cultural awareness. We want you to be global citizens. We really don't want you to be thinking about just a very localized sort of a career for you. Professionalism, ethics and values. We do not want you to be in the press for wrong reasons. Ethical values are something very important. Social responsibility. We spoke about 6 years ago. I'm telling you, this is excellent stuff. And I'll show you the next 2 slides why TAPME's curriculum is so different to other B schools. Lifelong learning, technological literacy, problem-solving skills, leadership. I mean, this is exactly what we would like to see in a TAPME. Now, to my sort of burning question about, you know, what is so different about TAPME's curriculum? What is one uniqueness that you will find? And something that we have done, and Ishwar and team are here, and they probably didn't know that I was going to do something like this. But you look at the world, the business schools around the world, right? Each school has picked something to distinguish their curriculum. And for TAPME, we are talking about integrating sustainability in our curriculum and how we do it. Durga Prasad spoke about the SEVA program, which is phenomenal. But I'm going to talk to you about SRME, which is actually a course, right? Sustainability, Responsibility, Managerial Ethics. And here there are 3 components. One is the business sustainability. And I want you to think for a moment, okay? Businesses today are not saying that we can run businesses that are being sustainable. They absolutely go hand in hand. No longer can you tell me the Anglo-Saxon theory that maximizing shareholders' wealth is the #1 goal. It is not the #1 goal. I'm going to teach you that, but I'm telling you right now I'm wrong when I do that in FMT1, right? Because you should be able to interact, you should be able to engage with every other stakeholder, the political actors, the communities, other stakeholders. We really don't do that in finance. We always talk about maximizing shareholders' wealth. But have we realized there is a role for social factors, there's a role for environment. There are other important actors who play an incredibly important situation. We haven't factored that. And that is why managing businesses sustainably is a very important thing. So you need to understand that they are not divergent things. So business sustainability, we'll talk about responsible business, and we'll talk about managerial ethics. That is why integrating sustainability, business sustainability in the curriculum is something that we're doing very different. So we speak about circular economy, we talk about triple bottom line, and and to me, sustainability is not about compliance. It's just not about compliance. It's about business decisions. We want you to have those tools, those business tools that you know, that you need to know to understand how businesses operate, to be able to make responsible decisions, to be able to make decisions that are sustainable. That's the sort of leadership we want to create. We don't want to just do run-of-the-mill MBA program with 55 electives, some digitalization, some 5 things we'll bring together and run it out. We want a very smart MBA program that distinguishes, that makes sure the curriculum is absolutely top of the shelf. So sustainability is an innovation imperative. So this is what we do in business sustainability. If you go to responsible business, we are talking about this is what you should be doing as a leader. Do I have strategies? Can I make decisions that are responsible? Leadership material, right? Corporate people talk about CSR as 2% CSR. What is CSR? What is an organization's responsibility to business? Corporate shared values, social entrepreneurship. This is what we do in responsible business. If you go down to managerial ethics, we speak about making good decisions, managerial decisions. Whistleblowing, you should not be afraid, right? Marketing ethics, steps of processing ethical decision, and ethical decision making. So when we break down this program into these 3 bits, this is what we should be focusing on, and this is the focus of TAPME now. And if you look at a couple of other schools around the world, INSEAD is a great example of how they're doing it. Other schools around, Side School is doing it, Cambridge wants to do it this way. So many schools are bringing in a very distinctive feature of their MBA program. And our focus is going to be on making sustainability as front and center in the MBA program. So activities, there are many activities that you will do. You will do a lot of local government communities. Purnima and team will talk to you perhaps tomorrow. You're working with local women entrepreneurs, something phenomenal that the SEVA team does. Then you're going to do with waste workers on team building. You're going to work with local artisans, tribal population. I mean, this is going to open a whole new world for all of you. Durga Prasad showed the slide on the SDGs, the 17 SDGs, so we will also show you what we are doing. It is not that we've simply taken this away from the UN and put it here to show this to you, but we mean absolute business. How? Here is a quick slide that shows you how many projects we did in the last 5 years, and how many of these projects are how many stakeholders, and which of the SDGs we actually mapped. It is critical to see that the dots are connected, right? We don't randomly pick a project. We pick the projects, make sure they're aligned. We ensure that there's a clear sustainable development goal mapping. And that is how serious TAPMI's MBA program is. So you will see from 18-19 till 22-23, you can see how we have grown from 15 stakeholders to almost 41 stakeholders. Some of these are repeat stakeholders. And when you get into your PGP1, which is right now, you'll be forming teams and working on excellent community projects. We want you to understand that you have a role to play. We don't want you to be thinking only about corporate leadership. There is a leadership that you've got to exhibit also for communities in which you are going to be placed. And that's why we are creating completely different set of leadership material at TAPMI. So to do this, we have a beautiful new block coming up, and this is already being constructed. You will see this new block near KKPI block, which is where you went yesterday to complete your admission process. This is a wonderful sort of umbrella idea, and this should be ready by January 2024 when we celebrate our Founders Day. Letshiti Epai, who's our founder. The Founders Day is on Jan 17th. We're hoping to have this ready by Jan 17th. This is how the KKPI block, the sustainable block will look like. There are some excellent activities that are planned. There are lecture rooms, there's open air areas, there is places to perform yoga, you can do meditation. I mean, it's going to be a very holistic life. So 2 years of paid vacation, as Kurian said, I just could not disagree with him one bit. And that's exactly how this is going to pan out for you. This is the angular and the crucible that you're going to see. There's no air condition here, right? It's just open space for you. So you can imagine the sort of great work that you can do, the thinking, the working in teams, all of that stuff is going to happen. So we're going to bring in some phenomenal people also from the space to come and talk to you and come and have classes. We are not going to have professors teach you everything. We're going to have some real experts from the industry, people who manage huge amounts of funding are going to come and have a conversation with you as well. So you will get the best of both worlds, right? Vision 2030 is my last slide. This is TAPMI's vision, which we crafted some time ago, a couple of years ago. So this is our holy book, if you want to call it that way. So as you know that in Bangalore, we have a beautiful campus, and we also have TAPMI Bangalore, which runs the undergrad program. Our vision is to be in the top 3 undergrad program in this country. And I don't think we are very far away from it. Although it's only the first year, we're already making enough noises, and people are taking phenomenal notice about how TAPMI's undergrad program is so different to the rest of the. I'm not selling anything to you, you've already crossed that stage, but just in case if you're thinking about why I'm talking about the UG program, you need to know that that's a completely different UG program to what some of you may have done in your undergrad. So focus on liberal arts and sociology and anthropology and kinds of stuff. So that's very interesting. We want to focus on executive education, top business schools do. So that's going to be 20% of our top line. We are also wanting to very clearly set up a center of teaching and learning that is going to be in TAPMI Manipal. We are going to have 5 endowed professorships across areas, marketing, HR, operations, strategy, finance, and so on and so forth. To be in the top 5 for research leadership in this country, that is our vision. Touch 100,000 lives. Through sustainability initiatives, and there are a number of initiatives. Ishwar, Purnima, and the entire team will be able to talk to you about tomorrow, or when they have area presentation today, they can highlight some of the great things we are doing in this place. To be in top 100 FT global MBA rankings, and finally, all of it should culminate, and we should be a triple crown school from a double crown school. I think I would take great pride in saying to all of you that the last sort of decade has been absolutely nothing short of spectacular. We've been making progress leaps and bounds. We are now double accredited. We are not very, very far away. Maybe another year, maybe 12 months, 24 months. We should be preparing for EQUIS, the Prime Championship. all of those wonderful laurels externally that is recognized around the world. When it comes to you, you know that TAPMI is doing something really, really good. Otherwise, you will never get a double accreditation for AACSB or an AMBA, right? So which means our processes are absolutely top class, our curriculum, our pedagogy, the rubrics, the assessment. You will no longer have a single exam. You'll have multiple pieces of assessments, feedback being given to you. And it's a two-way process. And I would want each of you, just as Kurian said, when you go to a workplace, you want to ask questions, you want to put the professor literally on the mat, making sure that you are asking the right questions and the profs are enjoying, they're having a great dialogue with you. It will not be a case where colleagues will simply come and put something on the whiteboard. It is going to be a two-way learning with you, and you should be well prepared. I mean, the days of memorizing and vomiting in the exam is absolutely over. It is never going to happen in a B school, certainly not at TAPMI. It is going to be case-based, it's going to be completely different pedagogy, it's going to be teamwork, it's going to be individual work, all of that is going to be part of it. So this is what the great schools do, guys. Otherwise we will not be in top 20, right? If you are TAPMI, then we better buckle up and we better make sure that we create a program. This is going to be a life-changing experience for every single student in this room. And I can put my last penny in the pocket, I can bet my life on it, that you will, when you finish your 2 years, you will realize, gee, what a great decision I made by going to TAPMI, and look at how I've transformed in the last 24 months. That's the experience we want to give you. And that is what every colleague in TAPMI, the 67 plus faculty, are absolutely committed in making sure the next 24 months are going to be the most beautiful, magical, challenging, rewarding, fulfilling, nurturing 2 years for you, right? So I'm going to stop right here. I had 20 minutes and I am bang on time. Thank you so very much. Wishing you the very best. Many congratulations and job well done.
Thank you, Professor Madhu. You have clearly crafted what is expected of a student aspiring to become an MBA graduate and a proficient manager. Before we move on, we wish to thank our guest of honor and chief guest for being with us today. May I request Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan to present the memento to the chief guest, Mr. Kurian Jose. I request Professor Durga Prasad to present the memento to Ms. Shweta Paliwal. Thank you, ma'am and sirs. And thus, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the culmination of the formal session of our induction ceremony. But before we draw the curtains, we would be remiss if we didn't express a heartfelt appreciation to all those who have diligently contributed to the resounding success of this day. May I invite Professor Bhavana Maheshwari, Co-Chair PGP, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. So today it is my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks. An event of this magnitude is not possible without the efforts and support of a number of people. Therefore, it is important to thank everybody who made this special day possible. At the outset, I thank our chief guest, Mr. Kurian Jose, alumnus batch 1998-2000, Chief Executive Officer, TATA Pension Management Limited, for his presence and inspiring address. Thank you, sir. I also thank Ms. Shweta Paliwal, alumna batch 2010-2012, Assistant Vice President, JP Morgan Chase, for gracing the occasion as guest of honor and talking to students straight from the heart. Thank you, ma'am. The path of progress of any organization is driven by leaders who envision a great future and work tirelessly towards it. I would like to extend our gratitude to Dr. Ramdas M. Pai, Chancellor, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Mahe. Dr. Ranjan Pai, President, Mahe. Dr. H.S. Balal, Pro-Chancellor, Mahe. Lieutenant General Dr. M.D. Venkatesh, Vice Chancellor, Mahe, and other governing council members of Mahe for their guidance and support, which has enabled all of us to perform better every day. A big thank you. A big thank you to Dr. Madhu Veeraraghavan, Pro Vice Chancellor, MLHS and Mahe Bangalore for presiding over the session. We thank Pro Vice Chancellors of Mahe and Dr. P. Girdhar Kini, Registrar Mahe, for all their support. We appreciate and express our gratitude to parents and families for trusting TAPME and taking out time to be here with us today. We wish you a pleasant stay at Manipal. A special thank you to all my faculty colleagues for being part of the induction process and providing constant support. The staff of Mahe, the staff of TAPME is its foundation. They are the people who are the reason for the relentless services that we receive at TAPME. Never in the limelight, yet are the backbone in delivering the TAPME experience. Our heartfelt thanks to all the staff members of TAPME for their unparalleled commitment and support. Special mention to the staff of PGP Office, Director's Office, Estate and Logistics, IT, Branding and PR, and Accounts team. Sincere thanks to Director in Charge TAPME, Dr. Durga Prasad, for his constant guidance and support. Heartfelt thanks to all the officials and administrative staff of Mahe for their support. Special mention for Colonel Prakash Chandra, Director General Services, Shri S.P. Kar, Director Media and PR, Shri Balakrishnan Rao, Director IT and Digital, Srimati Saraswati, Director Finance, and Shri Naveen Kumar, Director Purchase, and the respective teams for their excellent support. A special word of appreciation goes to our friends and supporters from the media. We appreciate your responsible reporting and amicability in placing TAPME on the national and global map. A very special word of thanks to the management of Amrith Garden-Udupi for providing us with the venue to host our induction program and unmatched hospitality services. A special thanks to the Student Executive Committee and Welfare Committee for helping us with the arrangements and taking care of the new batch. Our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Aparna Bhatt for hosting the event. Last but not the least, a big thank you to the incoming batch for becoming a part of TAPME family. Once again, congratulations to all of you to making it to TAPME and wish you a wonderful next 2 years. All the best and thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Bhavna. We have come to the end of the first part of the induction program. We now break for lunch and come back for the afternoon session sharp at 2 o'clock. For the lunch, my left and to your right, first door, the counter is for dignitaries, faculty and faculty. And the second door, the second to my left and to your right is the Jain counter. So whoever wants Jain food would go there. My right side and to your left will be for all parents and the other students. All the students and parents would go to my right and to your left. First counter, VIP, and for the staff and faculty. Second counter, only Jain counter. Thank you so much.